Hello, everybody. This is R.K. Mullins, author of Time for a Serial Killer, A Lifetime of Murder. Hey, remember now, Confessions Before Death, Satan's Revenge launches February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Got to have a good murder on Valentine's Day, right? Also, my mother's birthday. Help me remember my mother and honor her memory. Read my book. That'd be nice. But if you don't, hey, at least remember that my mother's birthday is falling on Valentine's Day, right? That's good enough. I'm good with that. Today we have Vidya. I hope I said that right. I probably did not. No,
No, you got that almost right.
thank you. She has written a book of poetry, and we have not had a poet on here yet. And you know me, I ain't turning down no offer, period, right? I don't care if I read poetry, if I don't read poetry, if I don't like the book, if I like the book. This is all about getting the author out there and getting people interested in taking a look at their work and trying to help them promote their books. All right, but I'm gonna do this. Hey, I'm gonna let Vidya tell us a little bit about herself as well as introduce her
Yeah.
book. Take it away, young lady.
Okay. So I'm Vidya. I from Bangalore, India, and I have just published my first book. It's a collection of about 40 poems, about life. It's about like everything that you can get under the sun, kind of. I've just written about what I felt at on seeing certain things, or maybe just conversations just sparked my poems. Like it's there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just happened like that.
Gotcha. What made you decide to write a book of poetry?
Uh, it's just that I mean I've actually been writing a thriller which is only like three-fourth way through, and I was probably hoping to publish that, but it happened that I started sprouting poetry like just randomly, and everyone liked it, and they were like, "You should publish it." So I thought, okay, probably that's the way to go. I mean, I should get that out first, and then maybe go to my other book.
It's always great to have have people behind us to support us and welcome what we're trying to do. Since I haven't had a poet on here before, I don't know a lot of questions I don't even know to ask. But I will ask this: who was your favorite author when you were when,
Although actually my all-time favorite, it's been Jane Austen. It's been like Jane Austen from as a child itself. I mean, yeah, that's my one
Jane
all-time favorite author.
a big author, and she's
Yeah.
a very wonderful author at that. Writes some really good material. Now, do you have a copy of your book?
Yeah, I do. I do have it.
Oh, put it up there. Let's see it.
Yeah, one sec. I will just get that. Uh, So yes, this is it.
Ah, nice. There you go. Voice.
Paperback.
Love it. It's a good title, by the way. Now,
Thank you. So
um,
basically, the paperback is available only in India, but the Kindle version is available everywhere.
all over the place. Okay. Now, is it in your native language or is it in English?
Uh, it's in English.
Oh, it is English. Okay. I mean, I see the covers in English, but yeah, I'm an idiot. I have some.
No, 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 no. I mean, it happens. Many of them do have here in India. We might have a English cover with the title and everything, but then the poems could be in another language. But no, it's an English one.
Um, why don't you do you have a favorite poem in there?
Uh,
What do you like above
yeah.
all the rest? Why,
Oh,
would you like to read that one for us?
yeah. Just a sec. I would maybe.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know,
No, I can do that. I mean, I just
all right.
have to kind of yeah. So this one I had written after I visited US for the first time.
Okay.
I had been down to see the Lone Cypress, the landmark of
Mm-hmm.
Monterey, on the Monterey Cypress tree. So this is just my thoughts at that point. I mean, on seeing it and what I felt and kind of. So I've written it as a kind of from how the viewpoint of the tree. Like if I was the cypress tree, what would I feel and kind of things like that.
Okay, well, that sounds
So
interesting. Share it.
yeah, so it's named Solitary Cypress,
Hmm.
and it goes like, lonely here I stand amidst these rocks jagged, perched high on a precipice, hailed though I am for keeps. As a celebrated symbol, I still long for a kindred soul. Few from my family go by the morning tree, and the name seems more apt for me. As here I stand, huge and lone, far away from my species, who have a cone shaped crown. I stand high up on a ridge, scarred though by fire, and my looks distorted ample. I hold on here despite and lure in crowds to me, those who come to appreciate me. Yet I stand solitary here, seeking for a soulmate dear.
That's very nice, actually. I like
Thank you.
that. Are all of your I mean, I would imagine that as far. I mean, I'm not a poet by any means. I mean,
Yeah,
heck,
I know.
barely an author, if you want to call me that. But I would imagine that all of your poems are very personal to you, correct?
Yeah, more or less. Like
Or
it's
less.
kind of my related to my thoughts, my probably my experience, anything. I mean, it could be
Right.
just a random thing, but yeah.
Now, who was your favorite poet?
I've actually been like grown up reading more of fiction than poems, actually
Okay.
speaking. But I would say that Wordsworth, Keats. Uh, I mean, I've learned them in school, so kind of been fascinated by their poems more often.
Gotcha. Mine's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Always
Hmm?
has. My favorite author is Jules Verne. I mean, I love those old classics like that. And but I grew up. I was reading Stephen King and stuff of that. Stuff like that. I love the horror genre, and of course, Time for a Serial Killer. Part of that. The first book of the
That
10th
that's actually my favorite genre too. I mean, horror and thrillers. I mean,
you
I just
love
love them.
you would love Time for a Serial Killer. You got to check out the reviews. If you like it, it's on Kindle.
Definitely.
It's on Kindle. It's very very inexpensive. It's like $3.95 or something junk.
I would definitely look it up. Yes.
But I think you'll enjoy. Most everybody's enjoyed it. I've only had one negative review, but that's enough about me. What about you? How's the reviews on your book doing?
It's actually I've just published this like 2 months back. It came
Okay.
out in November, I guess. So it's I'm still in the process of promoting my book. So initially, so far, it's reached people I know,
Hmm.
word of mouth, my family, my friends.
Hmm.
So it's been good so far from their end.
Okay, that's
But
good.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. But now I need to put it out there to the wider audience and then see how it goes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're on KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, actually put your book up there for free for
Mm-hmm.
like 1 day, 2 days, three, up to 5 days for every 3 months. I think every 3 or 6 month period, which can help and boost your
Mm-hmm.
sales. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I actually did that for like five. I did 3 days one time and then 2 days another time, and it really didn't do a lot for my sales, but I had a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of downloads. There's a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
downloaded my book. Unfortunately, they didn't turn around and give me any reviews off of it.
Mm-hmm.
People, let me give you a little piece of advice. I, us authors, we live and die by reviews. We do not care if you give us a negative review or a positive review, as long as it's an
Yeah,
honest review, because all reviews help us better our craft and help us with our
definitely.
skills and
Yes.
learn from those. So please, 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 by all means, if you get one of our books or one of these authors' books, please leave a review for them. It doesn't
Definitely.
matter good or bad. I've seen
Yes.
bad reviews make a dad burn book go, through the roof as far as sales are concerned. I've seen a good review drag it way down. It could be either way. I mean, you never know, right? But authors like Vidya, and myself, of course, but authors like Vidya need those reviews. So please, please, post a review whenever you buy one, or after you've read it, if you buy one. Now, let me see. Like I said, I wasn't expecting a poet, and I gotta develop some questions for you. I will say this much: when did you start writing poetry?
Uh, Poetry, actually, if you say full-fledged, I would say like when I published this book, that is the first time I knew that I could write like more than one poem or two. Like I've written randomly one or two as while in school or college, but that is like very random, one or two kind of
Right.
thing. But this was like more like 40 poems that I read. It just came to me in a month or so. So yeah, it's like almost every day one poem would just, you know.
It sounds to me like, a collection of 40 poems for a book. That's not too bad. I mean, I'm not a poet by any means. I mean, I wrote a couple of, ones back in high school and stuff like that. But I think we all have, and I ain't gonna claim to be a poet by any means. I can't make stuff rhyme. I can't even make it make sense half the daggone time. But we need good poets in our life, because they teach us a lot about life if we listen to the poems. And there's a lot of beauty in every poem if you just listen, take a gander at it and take a listen to it. Have you thought about getting your book done as an audio book?
Mm-mm.
Vidya?
Yep. Hello.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
thought about getting your book done as an audio book?
Yeah, I did actually, but initially, since I was kind of, not sure how it would be received, so
Right.
I've just uh, got the paperback version and the Kindle for now. But
Gotcha.
yeah, maybe depending on how it's received, I would look at a broader,
Yep.
audio
Yep.
option as well. Yes.
Now, there are some places online, and I will send you a link to one of them, okay? I do not promote any other websites, publishers, or businesses on my show.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't paying me, I don't promote them. But there's one that I like, and I'll send you a link to that one. They're very inexpensive, and
Mm-hmm.
they do a lot for me as far as getting the word of my book out there. They helped me a lot. They may be able to, it may help you, or it may not. I don't know, but it's the
Okay.
best one I found, or it's given me the best.
Definitely. Thanks a
Okay,
lot for that.
but I'll send you the link to that. And I like, if I've got some information that new debut authors do not have, that's because I've sat back and done the research, and I'm sure that they all do their own research. But most of us getting in this business, we don't know that promoting our book or marketing is even more important than writing it.
Mhm. Yes, definitely.
Because we stick a lot of time and effort in these. And I know, how long did it actually take you to write the voice?
I'm actually learning that with this when I launched it, I had a general idea what marketing would be. I mean, I just had like a basic idea kind of. But
Right.
yeah, I'm learning it now. I know it's quite difficult. It's not that easy as I thought.
It's
Mm.
marketing for a book is a whole heck of a lot different than marketing anything
Yeah.
else. It's just weird. Um, Now, are you self-published? That's the one question I am going to ask.
Yeah, I mean, it's not self-published actually, but it's like I went with a hybrid publisher because I
Got
was not initially. I wanted a paperback, and Kindle doesn't offer paperbacks for India for now. It's only
Mhm.
does the e-book version. So I was looking at launching paperbacks here in India at least. And
Right,
also the thing that I didn't want to get into all the I'm not an artist, so I cannot draw. I mean, my covers are like, so
right.
I would anyways have to pay them and everything. So I thought it's better to go with a hybrid publisher. So I paid
Well,
them a bit for the thing. Yeah.
and that's, all of us, I used a publishing service when I published Time for a Serial Killer. And I actually ended up using two of them because one of them wasn't that burn bit of good. But again, one of my rules, what do? We don't talk about our publishers, right? If they ain't paying, they ain't getting talked about. But a lot of the NI authors out there are doing self-publishing, and like you have, and I highly recommend it, people. I mean, it's very inexpensive for the most part, and free, right?
Yeah.
But going with a hybrid publisher or publishing service or what they call vanity press, is not out of the ordinary either. It just depends upon what you can afford. If you cannot get picked up by a regular publisher, one of the top 5 here in the U.S., like Random House, yes, I mentioned them, but they're big. They ain't gonna pay me to be on my show. I don't care, but they are one of the biggest ones out there. If we can't get picked up by one of those top 5 or even a small press publisher, we have to get our story out there. And in your case, you had poems out there, right? Because I'm sure they're going to touch the heart of a lot of people, and that's the key. We don't just write this stuff because I don't write it just because I love to write it. I do love to write it, but I'm like, hey, this is a great story idea, right? And somebody else has got to like it just as much as I did. So I put it out there for other people to enjoy. Just like you put your poems out there to touch the heart of the readers and for them to enjoy. I'm assuming I'm making a big assumption here, but I don't see you saying no. Right? Well, Miss Vidya, show us that book one more time, please.
Yes. This is my book. It's called Voice, Bouquet of Feelings.
Voice, Book of Feelings. Beautiful title, beautiful subtitle. I love the cover with the flowers and the pad and pen. That's gorgeous. I love it. It's great. I'm going to look it up and do and probably download it myself. I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance to read it here lately. It's just it is, right?
No, but thank you anyways.
You're very welcome. Now, are you planning on publishing another book?
That I would actually, I'm looking at a traditional publisher because with this one, mainly India doesn't have much of a market for as poem, and especially English poems, basically. So even if the like regional languages may sell more better in poems as well. So I was kind of skeptical to go, and also traditional publishers were kind of not ready to touch an amateur poet for now. I mean, so that's why I chose to go with that. But my second genre, since it's a thriller and it's more wider reach, I'm hoping that I would go with a traditional publisher if I can, or
Gotcha. Well,
and look at other options.
Getting picked up by a traditional publisher is a royal pain in the neck. Getting any publisher is a real royal pain in the neck. I got lucky. I got picked up by a UK publisher for a short story that I wrote. And we worked together. We've expanded that short story from 2,000 words to over 6,000. And they're happy with it. I'm happy with it. They think it's going to be a success. I hope it will be. But of course, I ain't naming who it is, right? Number one rule. But Vidya, it has been a wonderful time having you on this show. You're a delight.
Thank you for having me on the show. I enjoyed it.
That poem was beautiful. I loved it. And I'm sure that all the poems in there are just as good. You did a great job with this book. I would love to have you back on the show if you put another book out there, regardless of whether it's poems or whatever it is. Okay. If you publish and you put it out there, you contact me. We'll get you back on the Dad Burn Show. All right. And other than that, I tell you what, I'm gonna let you give a good closing statement. Because again, who you are, name of the book, and where they can get it.
Okay. It's Voice, Bouquet of Feelings, available on Amazon.com Kindle version.
Sweet. There you go. All right, Vidya. I hope this video interview helps your book and helps you. And I'll have it converted over here in short, and I'll give you all the links to where I posted that. All right. Please be my guest to share it to whoever you like. The more we
Yeah,
get
sure.
watched,
Thank you.
the same,
Yes,
the better it is
definitely.
for everybody, right? All right, people. Again, this is R.K. Mullins, author of Time for a Serial Killer, A Lifetime of Murder, and Confessions Before Death, Satan's Revenge, coming out February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Got to have a good murder on Valentine's Day, right? Hey, it's my mom's birthday. Help me remember my mother. All right. Love y'all out there. Mean it. See ya.